With the House adjourned for the evening and 11 formal, embarrassing rejections in his attempt to be Speaker now under his belt, Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader, has just weighed in. He spoke with our own Manu Raju, who joins us again tonight.
Yeah, we just spoke to Kevin McCarthy, talking to him about this historic and unprecedented in modern times Speaker vote, going to failing on 11 straight times. He still is maintaining the position that he will be elected Speaker. He says he has no time frame for that. He also defended the concessions that he has made to the far right of his conference. He contended he will not be a weaker Speaker because of them. And I asked him, why didn't you get this resolved by January 3rd when this began? He said they tried to, but they weren't able to. And then when we asked him whether or not this will be resolved by tomorrow, he didn't say.
Wrapped up by tomorrow?
No, I'm not putting any timeline on. I just think we've got some progress going on. We've got members talking. I think we've got a little movement, so we'll see.
Have you had to walk back the threats that you're strip committee assignments from these members?
We're not stripping. I didn't make those threats.
Was that a mistake to make that threat?
I didn't make that
Mike
threat.
Rogers did.
Yeah, well, you're saying I made the threat, so let's be very clear. I did not make the threat, and no, members are not going to lose their committee assignments.
How long do you think this is going to drag out for at this point?
I'd love to know, but we're working through and we made good progress today, so we'll continue to talk.
Did you
He will never vote for you.
At this stage, it would take this long in negotiation? And we're 3 days into this. This is the longest since the 1850s.
Well, I have the longest speech on the floor, so apparently I like to make history.
Are you concerned? I mean, you're giving one member the power to oust you if you're a speaker.
That's the way it's always been, except for the last speaker. I think I'm very fine with that.
But you're fine.
Undercut your potential power as Speaker. I mean,
Has it undercut the power of all the other speakers?
But it was used over John Boehner.
So why would it cut
But
mine?
but we haven't been in this position since 1859. I mean, doesn't that inherently mean that you would be a weaker Speaker?
No.
Explain.
It'd only be a weaker speaker if I was afraid of it. I'm not a weak.
Are you concerned that there might be more than 4 who will just never vote for you among the Republicans?
No, I think we get there.
Do you plan to go to conference?
Are you worried about losing votes from moderates if you give too much away?
Everybody's involved in it. He's got to get there completely. And look,
Mr. McCarthy,
can I finish his answer first? His question. Thank you. Look, this is a new thought we're going to have. We have a 5-seat majority. So it's not one side's going to get more than another. It's the entire conference is going to have to learn how to work together. So it's better that we go through this process right now so we can achieve the things we want to achieve for the American public, what our commitment was. So if this takes a little longer and it doesn't meet your deadline, that's okay, because it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And if we finish well, we'll be very successful.
Do you plan to go to conference, Mr. McCarthy?
You've been doing this for 2 months, though. Why did one of these sorted out before January 3rd?
We tried to sort it out.
Mr. McCarthy, do you plan to go to conference? Thank you for stopping. Mr. McCarthy, do you plan to go to conference?
So that last part saying we tried to sort it out before January 3rd. So they've been trying this for the past 2 months, and we are in this position now, even as they've been engaged in furious negotiations, Jake, all day long, all afternoon, all night. They still do not have a deal, even though they believe they are getting closer to getting some more Republican support for Kevin McCarthy. Still won't be enough to get them to 218. But Jake, all signs are pointing to this will not be resolved by tomorrow. It will almost certainly be pushed into next week, and Kevin McCarthy's path to the speakership will remain as narrow as ever. But as you heard from him there, he still thinks he'll get there.
Now, one of the things that's interesting, Manu, is that this isn't unprecedented entirely. It has gone to multiple ballots before, but the last time it happened was literally 100 years ago. And there have only been, I think, 5 times in history that it's gone beyond 11 ballots. And all 5 of those times were before the Civil War. A number of them right leading up, when this country was more divided than it has ever been until possibly now, although you could make the argument, certainly it was much worse back then. But I wonder if this is indicative of these tremendous divisions. I mean, back then there were, this is before the major 2-party system. There were Democrats, there were Democratic Republicans, there were Whigs, et cetera, et cetera. The divisions within the Republican Party are so vicious right now.
Yeah, and they have been building and building for years, really ever since 2010, the start of the Tea Party movement. And that really saw the more typical, middle-of-the-road, establishment-minded Republicans, business-friendly Republicans be pit up against more movement conservatives, more of the far-right conservatives who were ushered into power in that 2010 election, ultimately leading to the ouster of John Boehner as Speaker of the House in 2015. That Tea Party faction, that hard right group that encompasses the House Freedom Caucus, they're the ones who are threatening to use the power to push for John Boehner to be ousted from the speakership, led John Boehner to step aside, ultimately leading to Paul Ryan to become Speaker. Kevin McCarthy didn't have the votes to become Speaker then, and now it's really built up during the Trump years to where we're seeing this serious divide between the far right and the more establishment-minded members of his conference. But, Jake, that is the real concern for McCarthy going forward after this. Because of that concession that he has made, giving one member the power to call for a vote to oust a sitting speaker, he is going to go back to the rules that John Boehner had that led to Boehner's ouster. And you heard him there when I asked him about the concern. He said, I am not afraid of that. And then he said, yeah, I'm not going to be a weaker speaker. So he claims he is fine with this, but it could very well mean he could have a short-lived speakership if he even gets there, Jake.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And in fact, one of those pre-Civil War multiple ballot speakership deadlocks, the guy that won, John Taylor, he lost the next year. It was a very weak speakership.